This is just a quick video to talk about the bulleted lists that are found in a number of your folders. Basically, if a folder does not have a system-generated documentation, it will have a bulleted list. So, what do I mean by system-generated documentation? Annual evaluations are system-generated. The set is system-generated. Your advisor track report and your faculty training report. Those are all system generated. Anything other than that, except for your summary pages, remember those are just those are handwritten. Anything other than that will have a bulleted list in it. So the first time you need to put together a bulleted list is in 3.4 course curriculum development. And inside yours, you will have this bulleted list, okay? And what you want to do is make it easy for your reviewers to review your documentation. So it's easy for a reviewer if you have all your documentation on one page. And that's what the bulleted list does. Now, you'll notice the bulleted list is way down here, and every time you put a folder for documentation, it goes above it. So how do we make this easier for the reviewer? You see that gray check mark? Click on it. Now up at the top, I want you to click Pin to Top. What that's going to do is it brings it way up at the top for the reviewer, so they know, oh, that's what I'm supposed to click on first. You will notice down here that I have different folders. Each folder has documentation for one of my bulleted items in the list. So, Math 1720 Online. If you've created an online course, you will have a folder, for that item. So inside each folder is different documentation items. But again, the idea here is to make this easy for the reviewer, in that I just want them to have to go to one document to read all of the items that I have in that area and be able to click on each item to see all of the corresponding documentation. So for example, here is a bulleted list. You'll notice this one is not linked. We'll get to that. This one is linked. These have some links. This is a link. Anything that's blue is a link. So let's click on, let's click on this one. And let's see what happens. It's actually opening up the Math 1740 online folder and is showing all the documentation that is in that folder. So as a reviewer, I don't have to go to that folder. I just have to get to it from the bulleted list. And each item will have a link. Okay? Just like that. Okay, so you can go in there and you can see all of the documentation. Now, this one didn't have a link. Let's talk about how to link these items so that you can create your bulleted lists. Click on Edit Document. Edit in Browser. I want you to go back to your tab where you have your folders. You are wanting to link your Math 1720 folder. So on the three dots here, you're going to click Copy Link. There's the link. Click Copy. The green check mark says you've copied it. Go back to your bulleted list. Highlight where you want it to link. Come here to Insert. Go to Link. And Control V, Paste. And then say Insert. And now that is linked. Up here at the top it does say Saved. So let's make sure it worked. I'm going to close this window. I'm going to open back up my bulleted list. And there's that 1720 that is now linked. So if I click on this, it will show the folder 1720 Online, and it will show all the corresponding documentation. So this is how you create your bulleted lists. and also how you link the items from the bullet to the corresponding folder of documentation.